Welcome back to Geek Rehab. We're here today with my buddy Will, and we're going to go over some taping techniques for one of the most common shoulder problems that people have, which is shoulder impingement or shoulder entrapment. That's basically causing pain right over in this section of the shoulder with any overhead reaching behind the back if you got to get something out of the back seat of the car, or reaching back behind your back, tucking in your shirt or anything you're doing back there. Those are the three most common movements that result in pain. Okay, so let's do some taping. Now, we're gonna use this shoulder because that's the one that's got the bad posture. A very common taping that I do that works often for many shoulder conditions is to help this lateral deltoid, to activate it, to help it do some work. So I bring a tape right up to here, I'll measure it, and then I'll cut it, just like we showed in the previous videos. And we're going to round the edges, again like I showed in some previous videos, so it helps. So whenever you're taking your clothes on and off, it doesn't snag. So previous videos I mentioned the base or the anchors of the tape, where you begin and where you end, you have no tension on, because we don't want to cause any skin irritation. So we're going to put this right up here. No tension. Okay, lay that down. This tape comes in all kinds of colors, but my favorite color is purple, so that's what we're using. Alright, so we're going to raise your arm up, about there. So I put about 50% tension on this tape for this particular one. Alright, and now see, I don't have any tension on this. I haven't laid that down yet. I'm just holding it in place. Now we'll go ahead and bring your arm down. And that puts a little more tension on it when he brings his arm down, because it lengthens it. Now I held it here at the base here, and I'm laying this one down with no tension. You want to rub it on to activate the adhesive. Now another tape job to help with the posture component is, like I said, so he's kind of rounded shoulder like most people get, and so we want to cue him to bring him back like this. Now this tape will not restrict motion. That's what I love about it, but it helps cue the brain to facilitate muscles to fire off to help improve their own action. All right, so we're going to measure again just from the front of the shoulder. We're going to bring it back to here, okay? We'll go back to the shoulder blade there. Very careful not to cut your fingers. Excellent scissors, very sharp. Now we're gonna lay this down again. No tension. Okay, let's come around this way a little bit. Now if I'm trying to do what's called a mechanical correction, we're putting about 50% tension on the tape. Remember, anything over 50% is not going to have that recoil effect, but anything 50% and under does give a recoil, so it's going to cue the individual or those muscles to help fire off. So I want to bring this tape. Now I want the individual to go into position, so we'll go ahead and, yep, there you go. Retract your shoulder blade back, actually rotate your arm, perfect, just like that. And I'm going to hold this there so I don't get any tension on that. I'm going to give him about 50%. So I come out to 100 and then go back half. Lay that down at an angle. And then again, no tension at the end. Rub it to activate the adhesive. Alright, now you relax your shoulder, relax your arm. Now, what this tape is to do, when he naturally wants to go into his normal posture, it has some tension to it, so it cues him to bring it back. Okay, and there's one Now, we don't have to add all of these tapes to just this one shoulder. I'm showing you a variety of ideas that you can do, and you do the ones that seem to help the most in relieving your symptoms. So this other tape job that I want to show you is to help also relieve any pain in the shoulder with motion, and it's with the deltoid. I'm going to split the tape into kind of a Y cut. Now remember, when you're measuring, you're going to be pulling on it and making it a little bit longer, so you don't have to. You can bring it back a little bit and not cut it the exact length, because you are going to be stretching it out. Okay, so we're rounding the edges off again, and I'm going to make it a Y cut. Now I want to round these edges still, so they don't get pulled off with when you're taking your clothes on and off. Okay, something like that. Again, removing the tape, pretty easy, just tear the backing like so. Okay. Now tape, if you're using more than one piece of tape and you're taping over the top of other pieces, the tape always sticks better on skin versus tape. So I'm going to start this one a little bit lower so I still get some skin going there, lower than the other piece of tape. And also for this, because what I'm doing is in this direction, I'm putting about, say, 15 to 25% tension on it. I want the tissue to be in a little bit of a stretched position, so I'm going to have him bring his arm across in front of him, like that. About 15 to 20%. Bring it on up around the deltoid. And end without tension. Now this one is going to bring it back like that. Get that deltoid, the anterior deltoid on stretch. Again, 15 to 20% for this particular tape job. No tension on the end. And again, you want to try to end where it's on skin. I lucked out, got a little bit of skin there. A little more would even be better. Okay, bring it on down. Okay. All right. So then you can always retest and say if raising that arm up, if it helps reduce the symptoms that they're originally having. And notice that's the deltoid tape job. Again, you could use your hands to determine which direction best applies to help reduce the symptoms. If you like the videos, please subscribe, and there'll be future videos on more exercises for shoulder rehab. And thank you.